Isaiah 26, 3 and 4 says, "You will keep him in perfect peace, him whose mind is steadfast because he trusts in you." You can't trust God and worry at the same time. The two are mutually exclusive. And this is where we discover that worry is not simply a problem in our lives, but can actually be a sin. Worry indicates a lack of faith, and as Romans 14:23 says, everything that does not come from faith is sin. When you trust God, you don't need to worry about worrying. Worry shows a lack of trust in God. What can we understand about worry from biblical perspective? What is the difference between godly concerns versus worry? Godly concern is a genuine attentive care that results in positive responsible action. Paul writes in 2 Corinthians 11 verse 28, "I face the daily pressure of my concern for all the churches." Concern speaks of care or responsibility for another. Worry, on the other hand, is useless spinning of our wheels. What do we worry about when surveyed? The top four things people say they worry about are: 1. Relationships, 2. Work, 3. Finances, 4. Health. Jesus summed up all these things in Matthew 6 when he spoke of how we worry about our physical needs. He said, "Do not worry about life, what you will eat or drink, or what about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more important than food, and the food more important than body, and the body more important than clothes? So do not worry, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or what shall we wear? For the pagans run after all these things, and your heavenly Father knows that you need them." Matthew 6:25 and verses 31 and 32. Why do we worry? There are basically two reasons: because we don't know the future. Uncertainty breeds worry, and one of the main reasons we worry is because we do not know the future. A second reason we worry because we can't solve all our problems. If it were something we could fix or change, we could get busy fixing or changing it. But we often face problems that are bigger than we are, and we don't have the necessary skills or resources, and so we worry. Now, our worrying doesn't make things any better. In fact, it only makes things worse. But we are warriors. So we go ahead and worry. We can't solve our problems, but God can. That's why instead of worrying, we can trust God. You can trust Him to take care of all things. How do we deal with worry? We will look today at two things that will help you deal with the problem of worry in your life. First, knowing that your Heavenly Father knowing that you have a heavenly Father. Matthew 6:26. Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or stow away in barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much valuable than they? God is not just God who is way up there. He is your heavenly Father who loves you and takes care of you. He takes care of the birds of the air. Are you not much more valuable than they? Secondly, trust in God. First Peter 5 verse 7 tells us, "Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you." Jesus said, "Do not let your heart be troubled. Trust in God. Trust also in me. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give to the world as the world gives. Do not let your heart be troubled, and do not be afraid." John 14:1 and 29. Trust God is in control. As Tim Keller writes, "It takes pride to be anxious. I'm not wise enough to know how my life should go, so don't worry. But give it all to Jesus." If you can get to listen to the song by Candy Christmas, the lyrics of which I've given on the slide, do listen. It's a beautiful song. Be blessed.